Hey guys, it's me, Julian Greystoke. I'm wearing my Princess Mononoke shirt. And I'm catching up with some book reviews. Today we're going to talk about a book called Tess of the Road, which is a companion book to the Seraphina duology, which is about dragons. And I really liked the first book, Seraphina, and I did not like the second book. So I was cautiously optimistic about this companion book. But before I get into talking about my notes about it, let's read the synopsis on Goodreads. With the help of my laptop candy. In the medieval kingdom of Gored, women are expected to be ladies, men are their protectors, and dragons get to be whomever they want. Tess, stubbornly, is a troublemaker. You cannot make a scene at your sister's wedding and break a relative's nose with one punch, no matter how pompous he is, and not suffer the consequences. As her family plans to send her to a nunnery, Tess yanks on her boots and sets out on a journey across the Southlands alone, pretending to be a boy. Where Tess is headed is a mystery even to her. So when she runs into an old friend, it's a stroke of luck. This friend is a Quigotol, a species of dragon, who gives her both a purpose and protection on the road. But Tess is guarding a troubling secret. Her tumultuous past is a heavy burden to carry, and the memories she tries to forget threaten to expose her to the world in more ways than one. That's a lot of words strung together that don't mean a whole lot. Return to the fascinating world she created in the award-winning New York Times bestselling Seraphina. And then it calls it a wholly original fantasy, which I don't believe there is such a thing. You can have a somewhat original fantasy. Fantasy's been around for a really long time. I don't think you can have anything that's wholly original. Alright, so let's talk about Tess of the Road. I liked the cover. Cover's really pretty. I hope that maybe one of my covers can look like that someday. So, if you couldn't tell by the slightly rambly, sometimes word salad-y synopsis, this is a book without a plot. Like, it tries to pretend like maybe there is a plot. There's no plot. The characters, I don't remember a damn one of them. Like, they made no impression on me. Tess didn't make an impression on me. I didn't even remember that she dressed up as a boy. Like, I do remember that I think she's part dragon, and that's why she's so, like, headstrong, and I think she maybe has scales, but I could be remembering wrong. I might not even be remembering that correctly. Like, these characters left so little of an impression on me, which is too bad because I really liked Seraphina in the first book, companion series, whatever. There's no plot, but there are a lot of themes in this book. Let's talk about them. Themes of freedom, themes of destroy the patriarchy, themes of gender, and although Tess is disguising herself as a boy, it didn't feel as impactful as other stories I have read with this premise. That's too bad. Themes of rape, yes. Of course, this is Tess's trauma, and her PTSD, and losing a child, and like, oh my gosh, themes of sexual repression, themes of seeking a god, themes of wanderlust. There are many themes in this book. And this book is almost just kind of like the author sat down and just wrote about things that they're interested in, and also there happen to be some characters in it. Themes of mothers and daughters. Tess's relationship with her mother is interesting but never resolved. I'm not sure why. Like, not resolved good or bad, just like left. There's also themes of sister relationships. So it's all like themes. And if you like a book that's just like, I don't know, Catcher in the Rye comes to mind. It doesn't really have a plot and it just wants to talk about things, you might like this book. But I didn't. This book has so many flashbacks. I feel like a broken record, but like, I don't like too many flashbacks. I'm not saying never have flashbacks in your book. Flashbacks can be really useful, but if your book is like all flashbacks, then write that book that happened in the past. Don't write this book and then keep constantly flashing back. I hate it. It takes Tess, this book is called Tess of the Road, but it takes Tess forever to hit the road. This book has the most plot at the beginning, and that's barely anything. Like, Tess is just kind of a problem child, and then eventually, over a great many chapters, she decides she doesn't like how her life is going and she's gonna hit the road. And then, like, after that, the tenuous plot is just gone completely. Like, you think, okay, she's hitting the road, we're getting there, we're actually gonna get some plot now. Nope, it's all gone. As a result of all of this, the ending just sort of is. I wrote here, she essentially meets a god, and it goes by like a fart on the wind. So, yep. that's just, I don't know. I don't really have much more to say about this book, except for that I just was very disappointed. Like I said, I liked Serafina, but like, this book could not work as a debut because it's just, there's nothing. There's nothing to it. To me, it felt like the wet tissue paper version of a book. People might like this. People might love this, but it was not for me at all. And it just makes me think about, because I'm so like interested in publishing, because I'm trying to get published myself, and thinking about like what makes a debut, what hooks an agent's interest. I feel like this author really, this was the book that they kind of wanted to write more than necessarily maybe Serafina, because like Serafina was the tightest plotted of their books. The second one, the plot started to get loosey-goosey, and then this companion book, there is no plot. So I feel like this author maybe just doesn't like plots at all, and was finally able to be like, okay, it's my third book, probably has a contract for 3 books. I'm just gonna write whatever the fuck. That's my theory. That's only a theory. I know nothing else about this, alright? But yeah, it's just, it was very disappointing, and I will be interested to see if this author does more, if she comes back, if she gets another contract, whatever. But like, I hope that her next book is maybe a return to form to Serafina, and less of just boring, meandering world. She really likes her world, and she just wants to roll around in it and think about themes. And I mean, I don't know that I necessarily blame her, but it's really boring for us to read, or at least me. Anyway, I hope that this review is helpful to you. I don't think that you need to read Serafina and the second book, I already forget what it was called, to understand this one, because it is just a companion. Reading those first would help, but I don't think you need to read those. So if you are interested in checking this one out, if you're like, no, I love rambly, plotless books that are all about the world, then you could probably check this one out with reasonable safety. There are mentions of characters from previous books, but like, if you didn't know who they were. So those are my thoughts. Have you read Tess of the Road? What did you think about it? Maybe you liked it. Tell me why. Comment below and let me know. How about Serafina? Did you read Serafina? Did you like it? I seem to be in a minority. A lot of people didn't like Serafina, so I don't know. I just like dragon books. There weren't very many dragons in this book either. Anyway, I keep getting sidetracked. I did want to tell you that I post new videos here Mondays and Fridays. All the links to my social media, where you can hopefully keep better track of my posting than YouTube allows you to, are in the doobly-doo for ease of your clicking, so go check those out. And you can support me on Patreon, where not only do your donations go towards getting me better equipment, but also you get access to all kinds of exclusive content not seen here on the regular channel. So go check that out. Or if you want to support me but you don't want to commit to Patreon, I have a Redbubble, so if you like my art, you can wear it on your body, or have it on a coffee mug, or bath mats. They have bath mats now, you guys, and shower curtains. Like, what? Okay, sure. But I will see you again next time with whatever it is I happen to be doing next time. Bye! Hello, my lovelies. 'Tis time again for our shout-outs. We are shouting out Lennox, Amanda, Irene, Jenny, Kim, Lisa, Sabby Panda, Sam, Sarah, Savvy, and Scribbling Cat. Thanks again, you all, for all of your awesome help. You guys are the best.